I'm having 10 plus years experience. I have been delivered multiple demos and have been handled multiple patches also. This is one of them. So uh, I'll take the introduction later point because the recording is also started. So let me start with the demo. So please confirm if you guys able to see my screen also, please.
Yes, Mahesh.
Perfect. Thanks for the confirmation.
Yes, Mahesh.
Okay. So before we going and deep down into the demo, just want to give a glimpse about what exactly is the today's agenda and what exactly are we going to learn in the future. So first of all, we'll understand what is the ERP. So ERP stands for the Enterprise Resource Planning, meaning that let's say in a layman language, if you ask me, see, every business have a set of process, right? Let's say, for example, purchase process, sale process, and inventory process, or it can be manufacturing process. See, it is quite common for any business, right? So in a similar way, it is an important thing that we need to note. We need to maintain a transparency in terms of transactions, and we need to understand profit and loss. So that's the aim for the business, right? See, let's say, for example, if I'm running a business, my aim is to achieve the profit. It's not only profit, by the way, I have to be serve my customer with a satisfaction. That is a secondary, which is comes to the sales. But however, my primary agenda is to be to run my business as smooth as possible by using any of the application. And I need to understand my where am I actually landing? Is my business is landing in profit side or is it loss side? So this is the main motto. So how can we achieve such kind of scenarios in the business? So we have a different set of the businesses, right? So let's say, for example, a small scale business, medium scale business, and large scale business. What is a small scale business? Small scale business is something, let's say, for example, if I'm running a grocery store. However, I want to maintain a smooth kind of transactions where this should be the transaction should be transparent enough, right? So I may opt for the set of application which is suits for my business. Whereas if I'm running a medium scale of business, I may have to choose the application where it give me enhanced functionalities, right? So when I say enhanced functionalities, meaning that it's supposed to fill my requirement of my business functionalities. So we can understand which is the medium scale of business. Let's think about the large scale business. I'll give you a high level example. What is a large scale business? We hear that exports business, imports, all these such kind of things, right? Terminologies. Let's say, for example, if a business is having export and import as well as manufacturing, they have the different set of departments, right? Let's say, for example, HR department, finance department, or maybe a retail department. It can be anything, right? I'm not stating that maybe a medium scale or the small scale business doesn't have these kind of domains. Of course, yes, but it's all about the business and what kind of business structure are they following. So I would like to highlight one thing here is that Microsoft Dynamics 365 is something which will give the flexibility and give the enhancement for the business for medium, large scale and small scale businesses. It all depends on the cost to cost, right? So I'll go through deeper and we'll understand what exactly is the dynamics and what is why only a dynamic CRP and what are we going to learn and what is the agenda for today's session also. Okay. So this is the agenda for the session. What is the Dynamics 365 FNO? What is the purpose of D365? Why only D365? What is this course brief about it? And what kind of roles am I going to perform once I learn the course? So which is important, right? See, we need to stand out. Why am I learning this course and what am I good? What kind of benefit am I going to get? So these two things which plays a lot. And how long is this course duration? Yes, of course, duration can be depends on the length of the day-to-day classes as well as the Q&A sessions also. It's not just something we can give you fixed exactly. Let's say, for example, 30 days, meaning that I can finish within the 30 days. No, it can be up 30 to 40 days, or it may be 35 days also. Depends on Q&A and the clarifications. All depends on the one and only. All right. So this is about the Dynamics 365. If you remember the one I have discussed depends on the business. We have a domains, right? If you see here, Dynamics 365 is the one suite of application where it will support all set of your functionalities, meaning that all set of domains, right? So it will support your finance, it will support your marketing, it will support your retail, field service, human resource, customer insight, sales. all these things, along with that supply chain management also. So we majorly focusing in the supply chain management because we are going to as a supply chain functional consultant, right? So this is a high level of the Dynamics 365, and this is how it looks, and this is how it supports the business also. And what is the purpose of D365? This is important, right? So why I have to learn? What is the impact if I learn this particular course? So Dynamics 365 is a finance and operations. It is the enterprise resource planning tool, which enables medium to large scale business, the one we have discussed a couple of minutes back. And it also supports your manage your global business. Let's say, for example, you are having your business in a different set of countries. For example, if you're running your business in China, India, wherever it is around the globe. So it also supports your business in terms of the specific to your country specific legalizations also, meaning that let's say for example India may have the specific set of the taxation policy, set of guidance rules with specific to the government, right? In the same way, it also supports your business wherever it is present in the global level. All right. So as usual, which is common, it provides real-time visibility to support decision making, forecast future outcomes, and foster organization. So it's all common. The purpose of the application is to give as much as ease and understand to the end user so that they can perform transactions very smoothly. So that is where the Dynamics 365 will be purpose, and it is the impact it will create. And why only 365? See, before I go to the why only D365, I would like to give a highlight what other ERP tools available in the market, right? So I hope most of them aware about the SAP Oracle. All right. So we are there are tough competition with the SAP when it compared to Dynamics 365. But why only Dynamics 365? So if you see the SAP interface and Dynamics 365 interface, I'm talking in terms of the customer prospect, not as a functional consultant, as a consultant prospect. So if we think, let's say as a layman, I'm a layman, I want to apt application where which is easy for me, and I should be in a position to post the transactions to perform my business transactions as easy as possible. I want to understand the business. I want to understand the application pretty much easy. It should not be a complex, right? So this is where Dynamics will give you enhanced user face, and it is also improved. In fact, the Microsoft team is also putting all their efforts to increasing the efficiency of the application, as well as they're putting a lot of efforts to reduce the current available bugs which are present in the out of box functionality. Okay. So, okay, I'll come to the customization part. But see, for example, if I am buying application, meaning that I'm expecting as a business owner, I expect my the particular application should fulfill all my business needs. Right? To be honest with you guys, it is not really possible for any application which is existing in the world. Frankly telling, because every business have a different set of requirements. Let's say for example my business, if I am running a retail store, I may have a different set of functionalities, and the X who is also running the business, he is maybe having the different set of functionalities. So it's quite different. It's not that easy that you can one application can provide you all your business functionalities. However, Dynamics is the one that it will give the opportunity for the businesses to customize. Customize is something you can create your tables, you can create your forms, you can create your functional requirements within the application, and you can proceed further with specific to your business requirement. These customization parts and everything, we will going deeper into the training sessions. No need to be worried if you are very clear, and if you are not really clear about the terminology, no need to be worried. We are going to discuss what is the customizations, what is the integration. All these things will be part of the training sessions. Okay. And easy to scale up and easy to scale down the solution usage without the incurring additional costs. This is something like, for example, if my business is not 24/7, for example, right? So as of now, with my limited information, I'm definitely sure the Dynamics is offering with the your business timings. It's not that something you need to pay for 24/7. Okay. And it is also integrated with the Microsoft products because since my business is planning to buy the Dynamics 365 application, then along with that, it also supports Outlook, Power BI, also SharePoints, which are also from the Microsoft. It also we can integrate all the related Microsoft products with my Dynamics 365 FNO application. Clear? Okay. So I just want to give a bit brief about the evolution, how it happened, and what are we stands now. Okay, basically, since now currently we are talking about the Microsoft Dynamics 365 FNO, or maybe we can call it as a Microsoft Dynamics 365 is finance on application. But earlier, it is started with 1998 in Accepta with a name called Accepta. Okay, don't be really confused if someone is calling Accepta. It is also same, but it's a one of the version, right? So it is started in the 1998 with Accepta. In 2022, they start again they enhanced, which is a Navision 3.0. So this is the high level evolution of the Dynamics 365. Currently in the 2020, sorry, with the last 2020, they have updated their terminology and the name, and now we are calling as a Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations, right? So this is the one which is currently widely using the markets. And also there is a one more thing. There is a Accepta 2009 and 2012 also, which is very few companies which are using. I'm not denying the fact, but however, most of the customers who are actually using the 2012 R2 R3 now migrating from their old system to FNO, because FNO Dynamics 365 FNO, whatever we are currently using in the markets, are pretty much enhanced when it compared to 2012 R2 and R3. Okay, so this is the high level of the evolution of Microsoft Dynamics 365, how it started and where we stand now. Okay, what does this course about details? So what are we going to discuss in this course? We will be discussing about the supply chain management competent with specific to Dynamics 365. See, let's say if I am learning this course, right? I should be in a position to understand what exactly is a SM and what roles I have to perform if I finish this course, and if I go to job, what can I expect in the up project also. So all these things we will discuss. Okay, so these are the actually high level modules which we are going to discuss, which is a product information management and procurement and sourcing, sales and marketing, inventory management. There are a couple of modules which we also discuss with specific to our supply chain management course with limited knowledge, because whatever which is required for as a consultant with the supply chain, we are going to learn those things also. Okay, but this is a high level. This is not that something we will stop only with these 4 modules. Yes, we do cover other modules with specific to whatever which is required the supply chain management. Okay, skills to be required as a Microsoft Dynamics consultant. Expertise in application. Yes, of course, once we complete our training, we will be expertise in our domain with specific to supply chain management. Clear vision and understanding. See, assume that I'll give a scenario. For example, if I'm talking to one of the client, okay, client is something he don't know about the application, but he is very clear about his business. As a consultant, I should be in a position to understand the business requirement. I need to configure into the Dynamics 365 application, and I need to train the customer end user. That's the whole and soul part of the consultant role on a high level. Okay, so clear vision and understanding. Clear vision is something, let's say, for example, customer is speaking something, customer is saying something. So we should be in a position to understand, and you have to be clear about what customer is talking, and you should be in a position to respond to the queries which customer is having. Business communication, of course, yes, formal communication is very important when it comes to become a functional consultant, because we do deal with the customers in a everyday basis, or maybe a weekly basis, or maybe oftenly. It all depends on project to project. And there are a couple of documents which are also part of our journey. So we will be going to discuss about the kind of documents which we are going to use, what kind of documents, how do we prepare the documents, and how can we communicate to the client, how can we get the sign off from the client. So all these things we will be going to discuss, and required certification to show in the market. And see, this is very much important, because see, I may be a consultant. It doesn't mean that I have a certification. Then how can we prove to the client? See, client is always look for your skill set as well as your certifications. See, if I go to any interview, I may have a good number of skills. I can present and I can view. I mean, the interviewer can view my skill set and my ability and my caliber. But when it go to client, you need to show some evidence, right? So this is something the certification which is plays a vital role as part of our journey. So which will be guided from Shaurya Consultancy. No need to be worried. It will be guided and in terms of the certification parts and whatever the required things to be done, definitely. And as a consultant, SCM functional consultant, what am I going to learn? Product training we will be going to provide and participate with the application on real-time business scenarios, develop analytical thinking and enhance Dynamics 365. This is very, very important, guys. Dynamics 365 terminology, because whenever we speak with the customers or maybe whenever we are going into training, I only speak the Dynamics terminology. Yes, I do speak if it is required to understand the business case in terms of the layman language, yes, in an understanding level. But I try to speak in the Dynamics 365 terminology to use to it, because it's not the something if I speak in a layman language on everyday basis. If one day if you go to interview or if you want to go to any client, it is not that easy to adapt the new Dynamics terminology. So it is recommended that for yourself and myself, I always try to speak on Dynamics terminology only. Okay, use of tools, what kind of tools is required? Let's say, for example, if you want to do any kind of testing, what kind of tools? If there is a bugs which is reporting from the customer, what kind of tools am I using? I have to use, and how can we communicate? All these things we will discuss in the going forward journey. Certification assistance, as I told, Shaurya team will definitely help you on this one. And once I learn this course, what kind of positions can I offer? Okay, so functional consultant, that is a pretty much role we get in the market. Technical consultant is something not related to our domain, because we are as a functional consultant for the supply chain management. We are no need to deal with any kind of coding. No need to be worried about the coding. Even if you're a beginner, nothing to be worried, because we don't deal any kind of coding while we're learning, while we're working, while we're speaking to client or anyone. It is good if you have a technical skill, pretty much good, but it doesn't mean that you need to have a prior knowledge on that. Okay, end user is something, let's say for example I am running a business, right? So I am hiring for my business which you are already expertise in at Dynamics 365. So I can hire you and you work on my environment, meaning that you post my real-time business scenarios. So this is also end user. In other terminology we can call end user is something we can call as a customer also. Okay, fine. See, it is important, right? See, it is not that something that okay, I have learned the course, everything is done. Now I'm communicating with the customer, and customer is also provided a sign up with my company. Now they are moving their business to our application, Dynamics 365 application. But there should be a process, right? It's not that something I'll gather I will go and I'll sit with the customer. I'll take everything and I will finish it in one way. No, it is not the case. There is a there is a there is a method we use. We call it as a implementation. There is a phases. Sorry, it's the implementation phase, support phases. So there are different set of phases which we going to learn. Implementation is something that, let's say for example, customer is currently not using Dynamics 365. If he is using a SAP, for example, now customer has decided to move out from the SAP to Dynamics 365, right? So in this case, how can we tackle this situation? So there are stages. We call it as an agile method, right? So we gather the requirements, then we go to we document specific specifications of the business. We understand the gaps. If there are any gaps when it compares to application with your business, customer business, we make a note on that. We'll discuss with a technical consultant. We'll come up with a solution, and technical consultant with complete the requirement, then give us. So we, as a functional consultant, I'll going to perform the testing, then I'll train the user and it go to the live. Once it goes to the live, you provide, as a consultant, I should provide the training to the user so that user can be in a position to perform their transactions. Okay, there are two types of supports. If you see on the last one, hypercare support is something, let's say for example, if customer is moving to with my company, once it go into line, maybe it depends on the company to company, we provide a complimentary support for a month or 15 days or a limited type of tickets. So that we call it as hypercare support. Or there could be other support. Once he moved into the go live, if he's keep on getting the issues, then companies may charge depending on the priority of the ticket. So all these things we will discuss in the going forward training. So no need to be worried if you are, even if you are new, or if it is, if you have a limited knowledge, which is good. However, if you're a beginner, if you're zero with that, no worries. I'll be going to teach and I'll going to help you on the same thing. And this is about the course duration. So it is probably 35 to 40 live sessions daily from Monday to Friday, and lifetime access for the recording video classes. Whatever we run the daily classes, it will record it and the recording will be shared with you for the lifetime. Whatever the PPTs documents which are required, yes, Shaurya team will provide, and software installations, what the Dynamics 365 software installations also will be provided from the Shaurya. Interview questions, resume preparations, and the certifications, whatever we have discussed, right? So Shaurya team will help you in terms of the dumps. Nothing but you can practice and you can give your attempt and you can get your certifications and mock interviews and job references, which morely it will be if you have any questions related to job interviews and also certifications, mock interview, job references, please do contact Shaurya team. They will happy to help you on this. And if you have any questions, please do let me know and I'm happy to discuss on the same thing. I'll be stop sharing. Yes, please.
Mahesh, for example, the customer raises a bugs, right?
Yeah.
So, will they raise it on the snow or else like where? Like, how can we get access there?
See, Harish, it is not only snow. Just to highlight it here,